Okay, Max has got actually a little blurb video up about the Silver Liberation Army. He's going to get a little article out soon. We'll get it up at InfoWars and Prison Planet so that when you search Silver Liberation Army, when people see it listed on Google News and all the media checks that daily for trends, then they'll know what we're talking about. But very, very exciting. Getting back to Ron Paul, he has clearly taken the gloves off and is going to be exposing what's going on at the Mint, how they're not allowing enough for supply. We see the paper price of silver and gold being way below what it really is in the market. I mean, slowly but surely, the globalist time is running out. More comments on Ron Paul and when you really think they're going to default on the COMEX.
Well, yeah, as you point out, the game for the silver market for years, because silver doesn't pay any interest. This is how the whole thing got started. They would short silver and buy back cheaper. And then the federal government would allow them to do so by leasing them out precious metals. And this is the way the investment banks and the broker-dealers could make up maybe 1 or 2% a year on silver and gold, which don't pay any interest. But what's happened over the past 10 or 15 years is that the amount that they've sold short has mushroomed and ballooned. And with interest rates at 0%, their ability to borrow money from the Fed and other sources at 0% means that they can expand that silver short position to where it is astronomically large. And this is where the unexpected thing happened, the black swan event, where people said, you know what, we're going to take physical delivery, thus forcing you to buy that silver in the open market. And once that ball got rolling, it started to get faster and faster down the mountain of price appreciation. And right now with silver just under $40 a share, you've got this outrageous kleptomaniac J.P. Morgan and friends trying to go after poor Bernie von Notehouse and his $7 million of silver, which is clearly just a way to get some physical in-house to offset their huge short position. But it's such a piddling sum, and their problem is so huge that it's laughable, and it's only going to inspire people like myself and everyone around the world to keep buying physical silver to make the situation worse and worse and worse. And the more you do, the higher the price is going to go. Once it gets past the old 1980 Hunt Brothers $50 a price level, that there's no resistance. This is the technical term. There's no sellers. There's nobody selling it that anymore because no one's ever owned it that high. So then you see a gap go from 50. You can see a gap do a straight shot up to 75. And that's what the traders, the professional traders, are banking on now. They get it past that J.P. Morgan price. J.P. Morgan throws in the towel and starts to buy in the open market, just like that movie Trading Places, if you remember it, with from 20 years ago. There was that huge swing in the marketplace. J.P. Morgan are the losers. They have to go into the market and buy it in the open market, which is only going to catapult the price into the triple figures. It's almost comical because it's going to be such a spectacular fireworks because it's been cheap for 20 years, artificially cheap. So the genie's out of the bottle. Meanwhile, if you own it, you're getting wealthier and the banks are getting poorer. That's the beautiful thing. They stole our wealth. Now we're taking it back through the mechanism of silver.
Well, you're absolutely right, and I am seeing the trolls and the George Soros people go all out against Ron Paul right now with their Pentagon robot fake posts. So people better get ready and pray for Ron Paul and pray for everybody else that's in this fight. Pray for me, please, Max Keiser, everybody else, because this is a very serious time to be alive. And we've got some gallows humor here, but this is not a joke at the end of the day. This is very, very serious time we're in. Max, what's your ETA on having that Silver Liberation Army article out?
Like 10 minutes.
Well, take your time. It'll take a few hours for this to go to #1, and it's up to the listeners out there. It's 3 words. Put it in Google over and over again. Hit enter over and over again. I'll do it after the show here in a minute. Silver Liberation Army. We'll see you back live tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central. More informative, big guests tomorrow, right through Friday. You thought Ventura was big. Ron Paul, Max Keiser. We got even more for you. Bringing you the #1 most informative guests and analysis and information. Max Keiser, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Yes, Alex. Thank you.
All right, retransmission starts now with Lindsey Williams at Infowars.com. God bless you all. Visit Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. When you're on the site, you can also tune in 24 hours a day to my daily radio broadcast. There's also a free iPhone app to listen to the syndicated radio show when and where you want.